How does a boiler low water pressure sensor transducer work? So there is a hole in the bottom of it here where water can come through, and on the top here there is a plug for some wires. So what do? So the hole allows the central heating water to come inside the sensor. In the sensor there is a diaphragm. On that diaphragm there is a little magnet which goes up and down a PCB. Depending on the pressure in the system will depend on how far the magnet goes up the PCB. So if there is no water in the system and the diaphragm is down, so the boiler has less than 0.5 bar in there, then the boiler won't come on. Now if you increase the pressure to between 0.5 bar and 3 bar, the boiler will work normally. And if we go over that 3 bar, the boiler will not work because it's probably dumped the water out through its pressure relief valve. Now, that's how the internals work. What about the wiring? Now, as you can see, there are 3 wires coming into this sensor. We have one wire which comes from the PCB, which is sending in 5 volts DC. There is one wire which will be a neutral/earth wire, and the final 3rd wire will be taking the voltage in DC back to the PCB. So how does the boiler know from that what pressure's in the system? Now if you took a reading between our red wire coming from the PCB to the blue wire, you would get 5 volts DC. Now, as a rule of thumb, if we tested from our orange wire to blue wire, we would have to do this on the main PCB of the boiler, and we get 1 volt DC coming back. The boiler thinks there's 1 bar in there. If we get 2 volts DC coming back, the boiler thinks it's 2 bar, and if we get 3 volts DC coming back, the boiler thinks it's 3 bar, and if we get 5 volts DC coming back, the actual pressure sensor is knackered. Now this pressure sensor can also be a pump proving unit. So when the pump activates, it will increase the pressure in the system by more than 0.2 bar. The sensor will register that and send a signal back to the boiler, which will then say to the boiler, the pump is working.